Alrighty, folks, welcome to the first Tuesday Coffee with John Willis from Special Operations Equipment and
Hello.
Jack Spirko from the Survival Podcast. I'm Nicole Sauce from Living Free in Tennessee, and I've been looking forward to this stream for a while. I was particularly happy, John, that it was today, the day after I drove home from where you are. So
Yep.
I was like, cool, I don't need to do podcast notes today. I just get to talk to my friends about what happened, what's going on. So let's start with what's on your shirt, John.
This is an old shirt. Nothing the government gives you is free.
That's
Oh
odd.
shit! It's the same one Jack's
That's
wearing.
because it is old. It's not a new
What?
shirt we wear.
Holy cow!
I went for an old classic, just like the straight up SOE brand.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
crazy, actually, because I just went through my closet today, yeah, that one will work for today.
Yeah. I have them sitting on a sink in the bathroom,
Yeah.
and I just grabbed it because my other one I was changing out rodents yesterday, so I was completely just stinky. So this is what went on.
All the audio people are like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Carrie and I do that a lot too. I think last spring, 2 or 3 days at different events, we came across each other. It was the same SOE shirt when we walked out. But
Amanda does it.
Yeah.
Amanda does it to me all the time, or something. So I carry an extra shirt all the time.
You're not intending to match, but there it is.
I thought women were the one that were sensitive to the same clothes, not men, John.
Well, we'll show up in a place, and me and Amanda and Cody, and it'll look like a family reunion or something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Like a family portrait at a reunion where everybody's wearing a white T-shirt. And
yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's the whitest white people shit ever.
Well, I will admit I've not been paying attention to the world at all for the last 7.3 days. What's going on, guys? Anything worth talking about on this show?
Chicago's mad at Trump. California's mad at Trump. Everyone's
mad.
Portland's mad. I saw that Portland was mad at Trump.
Yeah, you're not spitting on federal agents anymore without repercussion, it seems.
Oh.
It has been one of my favorite pastimes to watch the FAFO in real time. It's been pretty cool. Do you see the dude getting hauled away on the cart?
Yeah, and none of those are people that are actually combative, right? I mean, they're not used to it. They are used to being combative without, having any repercussions to it.
There's definitely the look of I have never faced a consequence in my life, and I do not understand what's happening now on the face of these people. One, when they're getting taken down, but especially when they get like when they really pull some bullshit and they get rocked and they take a crack to the mouth or something. Then did you see this? You can tell when a person actually has never been hit in their life and they're being hit for the first time ever. That's the look you get on these people's faces.
Yep.
I can't believe, they're indignant that they were hit. You just spit on a dude and he popped you in the face and you're shocked that you got. I don't know about you, John, but when I grew up, if somebody spit on somebody, the motherfucker that spit was getting hit.
Even if yeah. If you did that to a teacher, you were getting your ass whipped.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a lot of our teachers were like Vietnam vets and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no Gulf War I, guys. It was like dudes.
We had a dude, his name was Mr. Rogers, and that's where the comparison between the real Mr. Rogers ended. This dude was 300 pounds, and he was heavy, but he wasn't just fat heavy. He was just a big dude. He had forearms bigger than my biceps. And this kid, Chris, one day I don't remember what he's doing. He's just dicking off. And he didn't hit him, but he grabs this guy by the throat, puts his head up against the wall. He had hands like hams. He rears back and he slammed the brick wall behind Chris, right next to his head. And it sounded like somebody catapulted a ham against the wall. Yep. And you know what Chris did? Not a fucking thing from that point forward. He sat. I don't even remember what he did to cause it, but I know he did nothing after it.
Yep. In shop class, they had this teacher's lounge area that had a little pond in it for the science teachers. And you could go back there and get some counseling every now and then. And it would happen, man. It would happen.
Yep.
That's a good name, Hilux Radio. I like that.
Yeah, when I was in grade school, they hit you with a ruler in public, in the government school.
Yeah,
we'd heard of it, but I never witnessed it. But Scully got a paddling from the principal once, and he had a cabinet. This dude was an S&M dude or something, because he had all kinds of tools to whip your ass with.
Yeah, we had the paddles with the holes drilled in them, so they would it doesn't really do anything, but it makes an impact on an 8th grader. We actually had a dean one time that made a kid go to the shop and make his own paddle.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like go make a paddle.
Man.
And if you don't make it well enough, they make you make it again.
Bad. That's like the thing the old ladies used to send kids out to get a Switch.
Yep.
Yeah.
To get a Switch. I by the way, I am not for hitting children.
Right.
But I am for like them believing that it could happen.
It did happen when I was in school, though. That was the thing.
Oh, absolutely, it happened in school.
Yeah.
Like Jacksonville, Florida, in the 70s and 80s. Are you kidding me? No, that was. I saw kids get hit for like forgetting to put their name on their fucking paper. And that was way beyond what I think was acceptable. Way beyond.
Well, I did hear some local news over the weekend, which is a thing about when you're not paying attention to news and you hear news.
Oh.
It's a very interesting story about like just to look at how that gets to you, which is it's a good lesson on when you stop listening to the news, how you'll still hear anything that's actually worth your attention. There was a shooting and death in my county here on Saturday night. And all the information that was available was officer-involved shooting, and both officers were alive.
Okay.
So with all of that information, can you guys guess what might have happened?
I'm thinking 2 people shot each other and then the cop showed up. Something to that effect.
Close.
Police on, was it blue on blue?
Nope. The 2 cops are alive, and the one person who is not alive is not a police officer.
Okay, then the cop shot him.
Yeah. So they didn't let any information out on Saturday and Sunday. The sheriff said the 2 police were serving a warrant, and the person being served pulled a weapon, and that's what happened.
Technically correct. It was an officer-involved shooting.
Yes. And we will hear nothing for at least 6 more months at this point. It's mum's the word, but that was our big exciting event while I was out of town, apparently.
Well, I'm glad that nobody we know was involved in that.
Yes. Also, don't pull your weapon on a police officer.
Don't pull your weapon on anybody, because if you pull your weapon on me, I'm going to shoot you. I mean, I'm probably going to, even if you get me, I'm probably going to get you as I go down. Like, don't point guns at people.
Well, it's interesting to watch people who are not in some of our closer circles talk about what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
When something happens and they're like, don't come over here or I'll shoot you. And they go into this whole thing. Yeah. Right. And I look at that and I think, is it really worth shooting a person dead over your car? Even though you really like your car, like it is to save but I understand you like Val a lot.
Very nice car. You've seen it.
Still,
it even has a name.
But then going out on the internet and threatening.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Whoever had to pull your weapon, that's all just out there.
Oh, that's not good. No,
look at the escalations just over the conversation, right? A guy says something and then he one-ups, and then it ends up in that over some nonsense.
Yeah. And then if that person ever does use their weapon in self-defense, it's harder. I think it would be harder to prove it if they're bringing up all this posturing from the internet. But I
tell guys pretty often when they say some silly shit like in a live, I'm like, delete that. There's still a record of it. But if you ever are involved in a shooting, and they will go find all that history of you talking about how you will shoot somebody in these circumstances, they're going to use that against you.
Archive.org. Jack's like, and here's how they will find it.
I had to mute out. I had a squadron of F-35s over the roof. It literally hurt my ears. It was that loud. So I was muted out while that was going on.
Yeah. Archive.org doesn't forget, even when a very high paid PR firm has been employed to take all of the bad things that you were involved in off the internet.
Yeah. And if you're well known enough to have haters,
you're right.
If you're known enough to have haters, I promise you, somewhere on some dweeb's freaking hard drive in a folder that says your name, there's screenshots of all the shit you ever said. If you're absolutely nobody, that may not be the case. But even with Archive not being there or the government not being there, if you're well known enough that somebody hates you, I guarantee you what you say has been cataloged.
Yep. So how's your AI course going, Jack?
It's going good. Everybody seems happy. Nobody's demanding their money back, so I must have done something right again. So,
I mean, it was good and well worth what you charged for it the second time.
Yeah, I'm going to say that when we did the first one that you were part of, Nicole, like we charged a third of what we charge now because it was our first one, and we weren't sure how well it was going to work for people. I was pretty confident that it was right, but whether or not it worked for people is the other side of it. It seemed like everybody that took it had really great results from it.
Yep.
That person has my cup.
Oh, Karita's on. Good.
No, the one you just had, Kiri, has my cup.
Oh.
I'm not responsible.
I'm not responsible for what my face does while you talk.
And his face does do things while you talk. I have witnessed it in person.
Teresa gave me that cup.
Yeah. Teresa's face also does things while you talk. That is the way it is. So I got to see John's snakes. Finally. There's no good way to say that without that sounding wrong, but yeah.
It's okay because you put an S on the end.
I did.
If you had said snakes, then that would have been, yeah.
It's a good thing he has more than one snake.
I even got
the snake farm.
I was this close to doing a hey baby. Can I see your snake?
You want to see the snake?
Yeah.
Hey baby, you want to see John's snake? It's really big.
It was really big.
He has a lavender retic or some shit.
Yeah.
Do you have any dwarf retics or berms, John, or are they just regulars?
No, I don't have any dwarf. No, we're doing big stuff.
You know what this is really, guys? I'll tell you what he's really doing. When the apocalypse comes, he's going to be like, snake steaks, man. And
if we have to.
Wait, this is wrong because I'm having a total freaking survival moment here thinking about snakes as a survival food. While food's plentiful, you can feed the shit out of them, right? And you can grow these huge ass, like just chopped steak. Now, here's where it gets cool. You know this. You could have like an 18-foot berm and not feed that motherfucker for 3 months, and it's fine, and it will barely lose weight.
Yep.
What? Wait a minute here. Like, and all you have to do is keep it from freezing. Like, it can handle heat. It'll slow down when it gets cold. It'll actually live longer in the cold, as long as it's not too cold. We could have meat for years with a snake farm.
Absolutely could.
And compost to keep it warm.
Plus, I have all those. I have all those hairless squirrels in all those trays that we breed.
Hairless squirrels?
Yeah, the rat farm.
Rats?
Yeah, no, we just have real rats.
Oh, okay.
But they have no hair on the tails, right? When we singe them, we'll just sell them and tell people they're squirrels.
Stringtail squirrels.
That's right.
I mean, I would eat a rat if I was hungry.
Yeah, I would too. There's just not much on a rat.
No.
Yep.
Oh, there goes my backlight.
There was a documentary I watched when I was a kid in the 80s, back when they actually put documentaries on regular TV.
Oh, hey, baby, want to eat my steak?
Anyway, this dude goes to Alaska and he wants to prove how the wolves survive and that they're not killing all the game. And he comes up with a theory that mostly they eat the game that's lame and going to die anyway and shit, or they're living on rats and mice and shit, right? So the people that he's reporting to are like, no, the animal's too big. It can't live. So he fucking lives on rats and saltine crackers for like 3 months to prove. And like, he's got like a whole mouse. And like, this is not like Hollywood shit. This is documentary. And like, he's got this whole mouse roasted and the fur burned off of it between 2 saltine fucking crackers. And he's eating it head, brains, guts, and all. And his assertion was, you have to eat it that way to prove that it's nutritionally viable because that's how the wolves eat it. And he came to this theory because he sat and he was like, he counted like this one wolf ate like 27 mice in like 30 minutes. Like they would just run around and like. So he proved
it out.
He proved it out, and there's a point where he finally like sees these wolves converging in and they're killing a caribou, and he goes up and he chases them off it, and they're fucking trying to kill his ass and shit. But he gets in and he finds like this like huge cancerous thing in one of the bones of the caribou, and then he lets them have it. And he's like, see, like they go after, like they will kill a totally healthy animal, but they will always go after the weak, the slow first.
Did you see the most recent wolf research in Yellowstone a few months ago?
No.
Oh,
They
yeah.
involve a bunch of cowboys with brands on them.
No, dude dressed up in a furry costume, and the Rangers let him go out there amongst the fucking wolf pack, and they mauled the shit out of him. They messed the dude up. The Rangers had to rescue the dude.
You think?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. There's a whole video of it, man. The dude's out there and they tear this thing up.
Was it because he's crazy or he was trying to prove something?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
crazy people can try to prove things.
He did have a furry costume.
Oh, that reminds me. I just got out of ex-prison. I went to ex-prison for a week.
Oh.
Because of a furry.
What happened?
Because of a furry. So somebody posted the video, you might have seen it, and it's a furry at like a furry convention. Dressed as a dog furry. And it's got a leash around its neck. And the furry partner, who's not a furry, is dragging the furry, who's like flailing around like a dog throwing a tantrum and being drugged down the hallway. And somebody said something like, that could be dangerous. They could choke. And I responded to their comment with, we all secretly wish that he, she, they, them, person, place, or thing would choke. That was considered an endorsement of violence speech.
I thought that was over with on X.
I'm going to tell you that right now, Facebook is censoring less than X is.
Yeah.
At this moment.
At the moment, yeah. Like your mileage may vary. But I tell people to fuck off all the time on Facebook and nothing happens.
Yeah, Instagram makes me edit my comment.
What's that? YouTube does the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We think your comment may violate our terms of services. And if you say do it anyway, then they fucking ban you for a week.
Yep. So YouTube did not pull me offline because I deleted the video I streamed that talked about the stick, the disease behind it, alternative ways to treat cancer involving plants, and a whole bunch of other things. But I was watching this stream to my channel, and I texted John. I'm like, oh, no. I'm about to get pulled down.
Did you?
Yeah, we got... No.
He's like, delete that video, Nicole. I did.
Yeah, just delete it if you're worried about it. Like, we got hit last time for talking about apricot seeds, apricot kernels. That was the little sentence that they dinged us for last time.
Yeah. That's interesting. I still have my medical misinformation strike about the Berkey water filters because I still haven't gone to re-education camp.
Same, I have one too.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, I'll just spread medical misinformation. Make your elderberry syrup, my friends. Okay, I'm building an off-grid kitchen. My main concern is electricity. I have a Coleman camp stove and a country living grain mill. What else should I be looking at?
Why is your main concern electricity? Go ahead and answer, but add to that because what I just heard doesn't require electricity.
Yeah.
Wood burning stove. Propane is awesome while you have it. It's easy to store. You can have it in bulk. You can get on Marketplace and go pick up $10 barbecue tanks. I've got 50, 60 of them probably. Nicole sees them sitting all over the place here.
Yep.
And you can fill them and they last forever until they're out, but they're going to get you through almost all emergencies. Wood burning stoves, nice. You can get those very inexpensively off Marketplace also. Something you can cook on the ground over, some kind of shelter over that for when it rains. These guys, I'm sure they've got a ton of stuff to add.
Yeah, so we're looking at putting in a wood-fired cooktop, so it's like a box with metal, and you can actually cook on top of it. So rather than buying a pre-made wood-burning cook stove, and I totally got the idea from Joel Salatin's Polyface Farm cooking setup. And he has it set up so the smoke, it's almost like a jet setup, but it goes up a chimney so it doesn't get in your face, right? And then on the other side of that, they have a wood-fired pizza oven, which gives you an oven too. So if you think you're going to be cooking outside a lot, cooking with wood is not hard. You just got to get the fire going. It's fun to hang out around a fire anyway. And you can both have something hot enough to fry an egg on and something to cook your casserole if you're going to do that. which especially in a situation where you have had power go out is just easier. But if you're just trying to get through a crisis, like John said, like a temporary thing, if you have ever been a camper, you probably already have everything you need. Like my first outdoor kitchen had a camp stove for canning and an extension cord to run a roasting oven because I could cook outside and have the heat go outside. And I didn't need to worry about power when it was out. And a couple of other things like that. I just looked at like, what do I have, set it up. And then from there you can build out. And Jack has a pretty cool outdoor kitchen.
But I'm back to, why did they want electricity? Is there something that they want that we're not seeing? Like, I don't know, a rotisserie, or lighting, because if there is some stuff like that, that's a very limited amount of power. And that's something like 2 solar panels and 4 marine batteries can do for you. So that's why I'm asking the person that asked the question, is there some reason you want power in electrical form other than you want because I have an outdoor kitchen. There's no power, right? I don't need power. Everything's gas.
We run an extension cord into your outdoor kitchen during your workshop to run things with power, which was great. And this person answered, they said, we're going to do a wood-fired cook too. No one really wants to cook and heat up the house. So if it's just about heating up the house, run a couple of extension cords or put in a couple 20 amp breakers, whatever your budget is. And then you can also use a crock pot outside, like a toaster oven if you have one, all sorts of stuff that keeps all of that heat out of your house. It's a great way to keep your house cooler.
Or a pellet smoker, because that's what I'm going to have to do, is run an actual outlet now, so I don't have to keep, because now I have a pellet smoker and it needs a little bit of power,
Yeah. Art by Lee Murphy says source of water that's not reliant on power is great, and a sink to clean in outside is great. Assuming your drain stays hooked up, Jack.
What's that?
Assuming your drain stays hooked up.
Yeah. All you have to do is look at that fucker and it falls apart.
And the water can be as easy as just an elevated tank with a spigot. You could use a Reliance Blue Cube water cube to start with. That's 7 gallons. I've got one of these Forever stoves here on Instagram. And it's like a rocket stove, and you can just put end cuts off of wood in there. You can put twigs in there. And with a cast iron pan, I can, within 2-3 minutes, that thing's so hot, I can do a ribeye in, 2 minutes, 3 minutes off of that thing. So, and even out in the rain, once it's burning, that thing just goes, man.
Yeah, that's cool. The other thing you can build into that water system is you can rainwater collect off your roof if you can have the tank high enough, and then gravity feed. So I know somebody who has that set up on a shower house where you can take it. It will take a shower. It has a solar panel to pump if it needs to add pressure because the water gets too low in the tank. And then they also can, they have a composting toilet on the other side. So it's like the whole system in one system, basically.
So solar generators, fancy battery box, right? We used to build them on little golf carts and stuff. I have the Blue Eddy. I've got the big stacks. They stay plugged into the wall. If the power goes out, they are all charged. One is the main controller. The other 2 are the equal size, and those are battery boxes. And I can run those. One has an inverter built into the top one. The other 2, I can charge anything I want off of C or A. It's got power ports on there. And I can put it in 3 separate vehicles if we want to. We can charge it off of a generator. We can charge it off of solar panels. I have 8-foot solar panels with kickstands on them. And it works good. I went with the Blue Eddy because the day I wanted to buy it, the one I was going to buy couldn't ship for 90 days. Blue Eddy, immediately an email had come through, and I bought it on a holiday and got 25% off on the package.
I got to show you guys this, though, for cooking outside. I think I want one.
Okay. I might have to help you with this today, Jack, but throw it up there.
I have powers. I don't know how, but I do.
Okay, sweet.
Right?
Nope, that's awesome.
I don't know if I want to play it or not because it's the people in the audio won't hear it, but screw them. They should have showed up. Hold on, I'll go ahead and play it.
Fully grill off open fire grills. The Rodeo from Fogues TX. So let's go. We have the grill, the griddle, also we call it plancha. We have this support for 2 mini cast irons. We use those to make provoleta. That's grilled provolone. That was the fire basket, and this is the support for the cross. The cross goes up and down, sideways. You can flip it or turn it. And these are just a few attachments that you can buy. There's a lot more. I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. This is not a grill. This is a piece of art. Well done, Julian. You're an artist, my friend. Vamos.
That is beautiful.
I want one.
Oh, I'm so surprised to hear that. I think you need one for your fall workshop for sure.
No, there will not be one by my fall workshop. There's nothing coming to the fall workshop that's not here already.
Yeah. Except for the people.
I've got a guy on my live every night. I think he goes by Hardway Alaska on YouTube here, and he builds fire stuff like that, fire rings and fire pits, and he's got a little wagon like that. He's got all kinds of stuff like that.
The little pots they had in it, they make other ones that do like bigger pots and shit too. It looks awesome. The cross is what got me though. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And for those that are on the audio only, cross is like the Argentinian, like where you cook like a whole goat and it's like splaled out and it's like indirect heat. Like I saw that, I'm like, okay, you got me. Damn it. Like,
okay, whole goat workshop 2026.
Yeah.
Art by Whitley Murphy says, way nicer than the standard deluxe campfire cooking setup.
Yeah, that was like, I've seen big pits like that used for cooking and have little grills that swing over, but I've never saw anything that. But that's brilliant from a business standpoint because you sell the thing and then you can drip market accessories onto your customer for like years until they buy all the accessories.
That's why guys bought so many Tacomas, because they're like a Lego. You can just add stuff on stuff on stuff on stuff.
Yeah. But we have Hilux radio here. How wrong is it that we can't buy a Hilux?
Yeah.
But a Hilux. I mean, just reason number 937.5 why you should hate government. No Hiluxes.
They can't bring those little diesel motors in here. It would kill all the others.
Some of those trucks.
Even that brand new little Toyota mini truck that hits the market at like 12 grand or something with a diesel in it. That little thing's awesome.
That would be great. I'd rather have that for like using on a farm or something. Just put the right tires on it instead of a side-by-side. Side-by-sides cost that much?
Side-by-sides, our side-by-sides are like 30, 40 grand, some of them. And you can still run them on the road.
I just saw one at Lowe's. It was like 10 grand. It was all right for 10. The price itself, but they had a thing for financing on it. 10.99% financing.
Yep.
Freaking 84 months.
Yep.
84 months on a side-by-side. Anybody's ever owned or used one of those, the fucking things break. Like, that's the one they break. That's why I'd rather have a little pickup. There was a dude down south here that ran a pig hunting thing where they trap the pigs and bring them in. He had like 1,000 acres. And all his vehicles were old Bronco 2s. With the roof just cut off with a torch. And those things were, they made those went back in the early 80s, late 70s. And all of them just ran. No matter what he did to him, he just ran. He's like, we just changed the oil like once every 6 months.
That's cool.
That's the kind of thing I like to have in my life right there. Because I'm a master at breaking things if it can be broken, as Jack knows.
Yeah, you are.
I am. Like, I should be paid for product testing for people who actually want their stuff to work, because I can find new and creative ways to break things.
She breaks coffee grinders, Subarus. Like, nobody breaks a Subaru.
Currently, my third Subaru that hasn't been killed yet is not dead, but I can't promise anything.
Your current Subaru is okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
When did you get it?
Earlier this year, but it wasn't new. It's used.
So I'm just going to say a Subaru in Nicole's hands has a life expectancy far less than an average dog.
What's that?
That's true.
Far less than a dog. The life expectancy of her Subarus is less than that of a dog.
What's Sunny have? That's a Subaru, isn't it?
Well, Subarus are great. It's just when she touches them.
No, I just blow them up.
Sunny's is it's really nice. Yeah. He's got a brand new one.
Yeah.
So what I think breaks my Subarus, besides the one where I just hauled too heavy of a trailer all the way across the country, including over the Rockies. Yeah. That was my bad.
Yeah.
But is also my road. So they're like all-wheel drive, but they can't handle this all the time. Yeah. I think all of that shaking gets to them. That's my theory, even though it's supposed to be, because my Toyota truck is fine.
Yeah.
Like the worst problem I have is a sensor or something from time to time. And I'm sure there'll be other things, but yeah. No, my Subaru that I bought, I've already had to have the muffler repaired. And I think it was from the shaking.
Ironically, Jettas can handle that like crazy, because where we lived in Arkansas, it was like that every day. My road there, it wasn't narrow like yours where you're afraid to die. But as far as wear and tear on the vehicle, it was 10 times worse.
You're just not sure
3
Nicole's
miles
road. You might leave Nicole's road, but when you come back, the road might not all be there.
That's the problem with Nicole's road. It's not that it's rough; it's that it doesn't exist in places, or there's like half-mile stretches where there is no room for 2 vehicles to pass each other.
Yeah,
and there's no place to turn off. And then you're driving a truck pulling a trailer, and guess what's coming the other way? A truck pulling a trailer.
And when you go the other way,
wins.
And when you go the other way, there might be 3 or 4 feet of water coming through there.
Yeah, I'm not going backwards. I have one eye. That beats anybody else's excuse for them not backing up.
Yeah, I've actually had to get out and talk to the person in the car that wouldn't back up and be like, "Do you want me to back up your car? Because I'm not backing up the trailer with the four-wheeler on it."
Yep, it's always with a trailer.
Yeah.
It's when there's 2 trailers that you have the problem.
No, that happened to me once. I was coming up after a dump run, so it was an empty trailer, and it was a 12-foot. No, it was an 8-foot trailer, so not a super long one. And I hear somebody coming in like that jerk's gonna have to back up, and it was a big truck pulling a tractor on a trailer. I'm like, oh, I gotta back up. And then they watched me do like the until I could actually get it without going off. So it was actually somebody I knew. They weren't mad, but I was like, I win this time. Don't win. No, I did not win. So, yeah. So as we're looking at buying the land to connect the 2 properties we have here, I would like, assuming that all goes through, to build in the road from the top of that land and not on this road. For the reason that you have, because I can have, it's wider access.
Are you saying you'd be able to get in and out without going on that road? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't get to my house, but you could get to the lodge where we're doing all the classes now.
Oh.
So, and then that would be low impact on this road, which is just not designed for.
And it would only leave that last little piece to get in. So.
Yeah. So, it's and the like there used to be a farm road there to in from the top, so it would totally work. So, but that's assuming we actually ever get the paperwork done on the sale of that piece of property. So.
And Bob Lester's 100%. Short trailers are way harder to back than long ones.
Yes.
Especially when you're trying to get like them into like a tight area, because you can swing a long trailer really well. You can see it swinging. You can react to it. The little short ones, if the trailer's shorter than the vehicle, that's a bitch. Like anybody said, like if you're ever in the military and you try to back up the water pig thing, right? And you've got on a like back of a 5-ton. That is freaking just grueling because you can't see it. You can't see it at all. It's just hidden back there.
Yeah. Well, so for me, I learned to back up like this with trailers. And if I do that, I'm pretty much okay. But if I'm in the mirrors, it's now opposite land.
Yeah.
And so I've started practicing backing up with mirrors because I realize when I have something big, I can't see anyway. And then the backening, uppening does not work super well. So.
That's one I'm just going to live with the fact I can't back with mirrors because having one eye, I can't see both mirrors almost. Like I know most people can't really fully see both mirrors, but you can sort of see both mirrors. I got one mirror at a time. That's all I got.
Yep. Okay, so I'm starting to see a trend in people getting forever cars, essentially post-70s highway capable, not muscle cars, in order to stay out of the 100K disposable nanny mobile debt traps. I do want my 72 Chevelle back. I really want that car. I keep looking. I'm like, they're actually not that expensive, but they probably don't run as well as they did when I was driving mine in the 80s.
There's a guy on 641 as you're coming into Camden from the interstate that does Chevy and Ford trucks, like 50s, 55, trucks and stuff. And they're pretty badass. I suspect that they're probably updated, have all the electronics and stuff in them, but they're very, very nice looking. He's got some that are, jacked up and stuff. Does full body off restorations on them.
Okay, this person says the reason I want no electricity kitchen is because electricity is the most vulnerable and the most used utility. So if I'm prepared for no electricity, I'm prepared for the worst.
I didn't understand they wanted the kitchen because electricity. I thought they wanted electricity in the kitchen that was off grid.
Yeah, and I would put, if you can easily put electricity in there anyway, it makes current life easier and utilitarian. But then also be able to have the skills to run with no power. I'd do both if I had access to both.
They even have wind-up rotisseries now. You wind them up like a jack-in-the-box, and then they'll run for like an hour.
I've seen guys use exercise bike. You can get an older exercise bike with a gear and pulley and chain and churn your country living grain mill with that thing.
Yeah.
I've also seen guys take those and put an alternator on them to charge batteries. You can buy those exercise bikes pretty inexpensively.
I mean,
I would rather have.
Go ahead.
I'd rather have Rebecca work on my equipment than most of the people that I have work on my equipment. Like if my truck was broken, I'd be super happy to have Rebecca around at the end of the world.
Well, and she understands the battery solar stuff too. Like we had her looking, somebody's here with a van. Their solar systems never worked. And she thinks it's because it was installed with not enough solar to get everything started to do it. So it's an undersized panel system, but yeah. Their solar system still doesn't work.
You just need a spit boy. They had them in medieval times to turn the roast. They had a very short life expectancy because it cooked them. But that job was probably it doesn't sound as good, but it's probably a better job than piss boy.
Piss boy.
Yeah.
If you can imagine what he did.
It's good to be the king. Hey, he's coming back for one more, but not History of the World Part 3. Spaceballs is coming back.
Oh, really?
Like it's legit coming back. And like the original actors like Pullman and Rick Moranis and Brooks is supposed to be in it and directing. He's 99. If it goes on schedule, it will be in the theaters when he's 100 years old.
Wow.
That's interesting.
I guess you got nothing else to do, right? You're rich as fuck. You're 99. You can't do a lot. So make a movie.
Plus he's done that, right? So he can do that well. That's his last push there.
I think the only person that was in the main cast they're not bringing back is Candy and Rivers because they're both dead.
Yeah, you can't do that.
We watched that. They would roll that in on rainy days in 5th grade. We would watch that. Yeah, in class we would.
You had a much cooler school than I did. We would watch like terrible documentaries or like the black and white film of the kid not washing his hands. Don't be Mr.
We
Bumble.
had also The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings on reel to reel.
No, we never. The closest thing we had to that is in I think it was 9th or 10th grade when we read Romeo and Juliet. Our English teacher played the movie that had like a 2-second nipple shot. And then like a bunch of kids ran home and knocked him out and shit. And no one, but it was 1985, so no one gave a fuck.
Yep. You could flip back and forth between channels when you had HBO and sometimes see some of that.
Yeah. But you had to scramble.
Yeah.
You get one little nipple.
Yeah.
The other thing was the Kung Fu movies, right? Every once in a while they would have a nip slip or something. And then like you go to school, like this is like 5th grade, Did you see the boobs? No? Oh man, you missed the boobs.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't boobs. Yeah, man.
And there's no replay.
No, there were boobs. It was at 11:58. And it was on like the UHF channel. You had to move the antenna to get to come in, and they would have the poorly dubbed shit too. Want to fight?
That's a good idea. Get an old baby swing to wind up for your rotisserie. That
cool. Would work.
Yeah.
That's probably what the dude selling the wind up rotisserie did. But the wind up rotisserie is pretty cool. It's got like a basket and you can do all different kinds of shit with it and all. It's actually more cool for what it'll do than for the fact that it doesn't use power.
Yeah.
I actually never even thought about the fact that it's me of all people. I didn't even think about the fact that it didn't use power. I was just like, look at that. I could cook a fish on rotisserie. That's all. Or a spatchcock chicken instead of a whole chicken, If you're grinding grain to live, you don't need training.
Yep. And no matter how good that grain mill is, it does not make the flour that you are accustomed to using. That General Electric for $250 makes flour like you were used to using. So
really?
Use that normal. Know how to use that country living grain mill. I've got 2 of them. Get the extension arm, get the bean auger, and play with that thing. Also a solar oven. Like watching Grumpy Acres, man, she cooks all kinds of stuff in that solar oven. Seeing her do those at the shows, that's pretty impressive too. I have one of those and I've never used it.
I bartered mine, but it was pretty cool. What it was really good at is cooking cuts of meat that you would do low and slow.
Yeah.
Like pork roast. I did like pork and apples in it all the time, and it came out perfect.
Yeah, we've seen her throw, chicken, potato, celery, carrots, and man, we've seen her do bread in it.
Yeah, the thing about bread and stuff like that, you have to pay attention. Like the slow cooked meat, you just leave it there. Nothing's gonna happen. But
I'm only laughing because I understand the pay attention part of those long-term projects when you're like, I'll just go do this, and you're like,
I have a hard time paying attention to like the space in front of me, let alone like corn muffins. Like the thing about the oven is you set exact temperature, you set a timer, and like then you're fucking off. It goes beep 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 beep. You're like, what? Oh yeah, right.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why you
thing.
always set it for a minute earlier, so that you have a minute to like. What?
You need
Why is the thing yelling at me?
with your off-grid kitchen, you need a wind-up timer. A 60-minute timer that tick 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 tick. Yeah.
Yeah, the little egg timer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've done biscuits on the flat top. That's pretty cool. You really have to pay attention though, because they will start to burn on you pretty quick. But if you take a trivet and then you set them on the trivet so they're not in direct contact, and you put a cover on them, you have to flip them about 3 times. But you can make a really good biscuit on a flat top. So get a flat top.
Flat tops are great. I want a bigger flat top though, long term.
Yeah.
Nighthawk keeps sending me links to used ones on Facebook, and I'm like, no, I don't want to drive there. No, I don't want to drive there.
I got a new.
By the time I drive there, I can buy a new one. So
I got a new cooking hack.
What's that?
You get a bunch of steaks, right? And you sous vide them right away. You season them how you want them. You sous vide them to the temperature of everybody's liking, and you label them. Like Jack's steak, 135. Dorothy's steak, ruined, 155. And you vacuum seal and throw them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then when you're going to cook, all you do is just bring the temperature of the steak up to serving temperature. And everybody's steak is perfect. And nobody bitches.
Yeah. Smart.
Pat EMT, I'm not sure where you're at with the glass insulators, but I see them very frequently if you look at antiques or just put in insulators on Marketplace. And I see those all the time. You'll see a 55-gallon drum full of those glass insulators at antique stores very frequently.
Those things used to be everywhere. We used to just pick them up and throw them and shoot them and shit. We were stupid.
My buddy works on the railroad, and he just picked them up just out when the train is stopped because they've cut all those old lines down. They don't use that old stuff anymore, so they're still sitting there.
The place we used to hang out with kids was coal mine area, and like all the mines had power run to them. And then when the mines were abandoned back in like the 30s and 40s, they just left everything, and like this shit just laying. Well, I don't know what is now. That's 40 years ago. There's stuff laying everywhere like that. We used to find all kinds of things people collect now, and we didn't give a shit about it. Like the antique bottles, like the medicine bottles and shit. That shit, every old homestead in Pennsylvania had that shit everywhere. Now people are like digging up old outhouse pits to find it, and you're like, man, I'm stupid. I had glass Clorox bottles. Brown glass Clorox bottles. I had about 100 of those things. I think my old man just whipped them out when I went to the Army. Because those are the ones that were cool to me because I knew what Clorox was, and I knew that that's not what Clorox comes in.
But hindsight, man, you don't think about that. Like imagine if we'd have bought a bunch of 1980 Blazers and just stuck them in a climate controlled room somewhere.
But see, that's the collector's rule. Never collect anything that's a collector's edition because nobody throws it away. The only thing that makes it valuable is that people threw it away and didn't care about it. And now there's not very little of it left.
I'm gonna have the whole market on egg crates when society collapses because I have all of them. There won't be any left.
Egg crates.
Mice.
All of them in the world are at John's right now.
Yeah, we have all of them.
Well, that's cool. You got the egg crates and I have the milk crates. We will own the world.
Man, milk crates are hard to find. Like the legit ones that you can put a motorcycle on when you stand them on in with the metal band. Man, I have not had luck finding any quantity of those on Marketplace even.
Germany still uses them, but theirs fold up.
Oh, that's cool.
And they fold up and they have dividers where like you can put beer or milk or whatever in them, or the dividers go flat and they could be like one of ours.
We use those folding bins about the size of milk crates. You can get them at Costco and they have them everywhere now. And we carry them in the 4Runner and she'll just stand them up to put groceries in. And those things have been great. We've probably got a dozen of them. Never had one even break.
Why do we get rid of all the good shit? Think about what a milk crate did for society. It brought milk. Some people only had a brother because of the milkman, right?
Or the mailman.
It stored albums. It stored CDs. It stored cassettes.
It stored
built
magazine
furniture
collections
for us when we were poor.
Yeah.
Like, we built shelving. Like, the milk crate gave everything, and we just turned our back on it. I say bring back the milk crate and have some respect for the history of the milk crate. Like, that's my new political movement. Bring back milk.
Okay.
Who's going to object? Bring back. Somebody will. Somebody will.
It uses plastic.
Can't we all come together and do that one thing for America and bring back the milk crate?
And that plastic of the milk crate, man, you could find them out in the canyon where nobody'd been for 10 years.
They're still there.
And the sun doesn't break them down. Now everything just disintegrates.
That's, you know what? That's valid. Anything made of plastic now, 2 years in the sun, Texas sun, a year and a half.
Yep.
If we have white PVC that's exposed here,
yep,
it literally turns black after a season in the sun. It literally starts to burn in the sun. So we have to spray paint. Or like the other thing I'll do is when I have a stand up and it's like 1/2 inch, I take a piece of 1 inch and cut it to the length of the exposed pipe and put it over it. It does two things. It protects it from the sun, and it protects it from a wife with a weed eater.
We just put our mini splits up high on the end of the building, and they're like, where do you want these? I go, they got to be high enough we can pull a small trailer or something through here, because somebody will hit them.
I still want to bring back the milk crate.
Yep.
I mean, milk crates,
BBM.
They make shelves in your living room, as I recall.
Yep.
I had aquariums on them. We had milk crates with pine shelving full of aquariums.
So what's all the things we need to bring back that used to be like multi-utilitarian? I say milk crates, wooden cable rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Wooden cable rolls. My first table was a wooden cable roll.
I still can get
four
those.
little wooden cable rolls around it for chairs.
Our electric company, you can get them. We can get them.
Because I don't want them.
And you can have those outside for 10 years, and those things are still good to go.
Oh, they don't go anywhere.
Yep.
They go anywhere. People like, when I tell people that, they're like, so did you like finish it? Like, fuck no, I was 16 and paying rent. I just threw it in there and there was a table. Like, I didn't need to, like, finishing it did not make it serve better as a table.
Yeah, Ian, the current milk crates are not, when you search milk crate, they're not milk crates. They do not hold anything, and they're not durable. That's what everybody doing the milk crate challenge. That's why they were killing themselves and getting paralyzed, because they weren't real milk crates.
I wonder if you can still get the metal ones.
I don't know.
Milk crates. I'm finding out.
We need to bring back metal coffee tins, though.
The things they're calling metal milk crates are not.
It is very difficult to find a coffee in a metal can. We were buying it years ago just from Costco because you could still get it. And Walmart even had, some instant coffee and some ground coffee in those metal cans. But you don't ever see a metal can anymore.
No. We need metal milk crates returned. We need wooden cable rolls. And we need metal coffee cans. The metal coffee can was one of the best storage devices. Whose granddad didn't have like stacks of those things with like, and like you're like, I need a 4-inch wood screw, and he was just like, here's like, whop, there. You're like, holy shit! Like you can't remember your name, but you know what can has the 4-inch wood screws in it.
Yep.
We need real rat traps again. Not the ones they can carry away. We need the ones that when they snap, that rat is fucking dead.
Yeah, break your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some big live catch rat traps for squirrels and rats. Those look pretty gnarly. Those are neat.
Orange metal coffee can from New Orleans. I'm thinking community coffee, but that's red.
Bob, can you confirm that PMags do not deteriorate in the sun? I would assume, being out on the range all the time at Tack Response, somebody there would have the answer to that. I know that when I mowed out there, we'd find all kinds of stuff out there when we would bush hog.
I never tried that test. I did try to drive over them with an F-350 test, and they passed that.
Mm-hmm. Even shot through the PMags work if you haven't cut that spring inside.
Yeah.
So do the Stanag mags.
Cigar boxes.
Okay, cigar boxes have to be
old
returned.
Cigar box. I have old cigar boxes from my grandpa that I still use for stuff to this day that you will pry out of my dead cold hands.
There was a
kid in the 80s, man, pencil box for school.
Our buddy bought out a cigar box maker, and he was making humidors and wooden cigar boxes. I've got a couple boxes that he arted up, and did for myself and Amanda, and they're just amazing. They're beautiful. But this company out of Nashville made wooden cigar boxes, and Carrie Brown, not your Carrie Brown from Southern Rust Furniture, who built Amanda's steampunk desk, he had hundreds and hundreds of those things. It was so cool to see him turn them into something.
Yeah.
So
cigar boxes are not a problem down here in Cigar City.
The cigar boxes still exist. People just don't smoke anymore like they used to with cigars. Like cigars used to be very common.
Somebody earlier said metal milk jugs and milk cans. Along those lines, you will see a lot of stainless steel milk tanks that are like 500 and 1,000 gallons. And you can wash those out and use them for, you can use those for water also. And I see them all the time when I'm searching water tanks on Marketplace. Marketplace is all but killed Craigslist, but man, everything is on Marketplace right now.
You know what else you can do with those milk tanks, John? You make stills out of them.
Yeah. Stills are pretty available. Stills are pretty available.
Yeah. The best one I know of is the one I own, and it's made out of a milk can.
Oh, nice.
Mile High Distilling. If anybody wants to get into distilling, I recommend that. And if you're an MSB member, we have a big discount, like 15%. Which on a full-on still set, that's a lot of money.
Cloth flour sacks.
Yes.
Dobby.
Yeah.
For Dobby the house elf.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I actually wish that we could go back to the milk delivery glass jug setup. But
with real cream.
Yeah, that probably would cost a lot. That's probably why it went away. But yeah, with real cream.
Dawn was doing it for a while. She was dropping, like, we got milk from Dawn. I saw her have it in glass jars and stuff. Those plastic bags she used, though, when I first saw it, I'm like, that's lame. But man, when you first use that thing with the handle on the top and the bottom, those things were so good.
Refrigeration killed the milkman. It just took 40 years for it to play out. But once they invented grocery stores with refrigeration, the milkman's days were numbered. And Dad never liked him anyway because that one brother had the big ears. Like
heart containers from Hobby Lobby. Huh? Are they heart shaped? Is that what you're talking about, Dark Horse?
He doesn't know.
Is that the hang glider or the paraglider guy?
No, he's the guy with like 3 handles.
Okay.
Is he the Dark Horse podcast guy, or is it a different Dark Horse? Okay.
No, he's a good guy. I just like to give him shit.
Yeah.
He's old school TSP.
I gotcha. Yeah, he's laughing. I was wondering. I was like, Dark Horse, not the Dark Horse Lodge.
He's raised a lot of money. I finally went all on Bitcoin. How much you buy? $200.
Where should I buy silver? I don't know how much you buying. I thought I'd buy 2 coins.
Yeah, then it doesn't matter.
Go to the jewelry store.
It really doesn't matter. Boy, I had a hack for a while on that. I even cleared it with a lawyer. It wasn't stealing. You know those coin machines that you dump the coins in and then they give you a thing? Like, it turned out for a while they had a flaw in them that somehow was sorting silver. And down in the thing, when you lifted them up at the front of the thing, all the silver coins that were in the coins dumped did not go in the machine.
Because it's a different weight, probably.
Yeah, something. They wouldn't go through the sorter, and you'd open them up and find a handful of silver, like dimes and quarters and shit, in almost every single one of them. You're not stealing it. It's outside the store. It was left and given away. The store didn't pay for it. Because since it didn't go in, it didn't get counted, so the store didn't pay for it. So the store doesn't own it. It's like picking them up off the ground.
Oh.
But they fixed it. But
I'm sure they did.
It doesn't work anymore. This was like pre-TSP. That's how old this was. It's like, and there's probably not that much of it left now, But you're going back to like in the late 90s. You could do that. Like all the coin machines, the first generation of them, they sorted them out.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if any of them are out there that still work, but I have not found any in there. It's just like check. Remember when back in we used to have payphones? You check to see if there was a quarter in the payphone, and sometimes there was.
Yep.
Yeah, that was always a happy moment when I was a kid because a quarter bought you something.
Our gimmick was, you call, collect, and that meant either come get us or I'm going to Tommy's or whatever. You prearrange that with your parents. And so you go to the payphone and suddenly to make a collect call, and you give them the number, and they said they declined the call, and you're like, okay.
We absolutely did that too, and we didn't even have to scream our name as.
No, you don't do anything.
You just
they just knew that a collect call from Jack Jr. No, we're not going to take that call. Click. What's going on? Oh, he's going to the football game now. For a quarter. For a fucking quarter, man. Yep. But a quarter was a lot of money back then. I told my grandson that. He said, really? I said, no.
I mean, it kind of was, though. You could actually buy something.
You could buy something, right? But it wasn't a lot of money.
I feel like there was, in the Taco Bell era in the 90s, you could get a whole taco or something for about that much. I don't even know.
I remember being able to get this bag of shit from Taco Bell. It was like an ass load of food for $4.99. I had worked out the menu back when I was broke, and like when you started looking at Clown Car, how much food came out of that bag for $5 was pretty crazy.
We went to.
I remember 3 Jack in the Box tacos for $1. That's getting close to a quarter.
Yeah, the super tacos. I loved those things. I'll still go if I ever see a Taco Bell. We'll stop and get a couple of them. I got a Whopper with cheese. I don't know, a couple months ago, $10. I can buy
mortgage your kidney to get it.
I can buy a ribeye for that.
Yeah.
I can go. Kiri and Glenn bring in. They get them at Cash Saver here. They bring in this whole ribeye roll.
Yeah.
And cut them, and we eat ribeye for a week and a half every night.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're about $10 a steak. Because if you go buy that ribeye at the store, it's $16, $18. But
and they cut them so thick, like you can leave half of it for breakfast the next morning.
Yeah. That's what I do.
I just get the whole.
I like my ribeyes to be like 1.25 pounds, and then I'm gonna leave like a third of it, and then in the morning you slice it super thin and don't heat it up. That's glory for breakfast, because if you heat it up, it will never stay that.
Got it.
Yeah. That cook level for you. It can't be done.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's cooked, it's
Tyler's Radio says I bought my first hamburger for 19 cents.
Did you gladly pay for it on Tuesday for one today? There's like 1% of the audience even gets that. You have to be at least as old as us. You had to watch cartoons at like 6:30 in the morning to get that joke.
Popeye.
Look at Nicole.
No, somebody sent me a picture. I have baby ducks.
Oh, you have baby ducks.
I do. Yeah, I'll get it. Let me see if I can get it up here.
Baby ducks on the holler.
Because it's the day it is, there are just people all over my property doing things, and I'm just like, whatever.
You got ducklings. Just hatched, or like did she just finally bring them out?
Oh no, that's not right.
That's not the right one. I'll make mine go away.
Yeah, make yours go away.
I can't. Oh, there it goes. All right, now I can get rid of it. Stop.
One of them's a Muscovy. I mean, they must both be Muscovies.
She brought them out. Well, that's a Muscovy that they're with.
Yeah, it is. Well, so my Muscovies have been hatching khaki Campbells consistently forever, but
that looks like a little Scubby, though.
I think it's 2 little Scovies.
Yeah, I see the other head.
Yeah. So.
Anyone Can Golf said he thought that the next Tuesday was a joke from his dad.
That's Wimpy, guys. Wimpy from Popeye. I will gladly pay you next Tuesday for a hamburger today.
They still sell cloth diapers. I don't know about. I'm sure there is somewhere.
Oh, there's cloth.
There are. No, there totally are. It's a thing because people want that instead of plastic on their baby's bottoms.
Yeah.
But he's talking about a service where they pick up your dirty ones.
Yeah.
You have a diaper pail and you stick it out. And they
I believe it costs more than buying with disposable diapers, but that's totally a thing.
Yeah, I would charge more than the cost of disposable diapers.
Yeah,
wash your kid's shit. No.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody does it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I mean,
you got code yellow and code brown. The problem is sometimes code brown is like code green. That's when it's bad.
I mean,
that's when it's bad.
I also don't know a parent who didn't have the one moment where code blowout happened that went on all the way
up
the back of the kid's neck and everywhere anyway. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like you should not have nice furniture for the first 5 years.
No.
Just put it all in storage and then bring it back out.
You have to wait until the last kid crosses that threshold too.
Yes.
Like I am now open to buying a new dining table because the kids are not here all the time with their friggin' micro machines and shit, the grandkids. Because Dorothy has this table she's wanted for years, and I'm like, no, I absolutely refuse. And I don't ever tell her no, but I'm like, no, because it will be just, it's like this gorgeous slab wood table, and I'm like, it will just be destroyed. Well, we'll get a table. No, they will just, I already know there is no way to stop children of that age from fucking up tables. It cannot be done.
Yeah.
Unless you have like the kid that's like, good evening, father. Like, and we're not going to have those kids, so it's going to get destroyed.
Yes. No, you're not.
No.
Yes.
All right, what else are we bringing back? We got to make this list complete. Like, what else are we bringing back that was not used for its original intended purpose, that was multifunction, that they stole from us?
Like the garbage thing.
I don't know. We can talk about something else while they figure it out. That's your job, guys.
Yeah, that is now your job. Things.
You
It's funny because I probably have things around that are this thing.
Are those things.
So I know that my grandma gave me a 7-Up bottle.
Yeah.
With the lid on it that they had, like a screw top lid that they had poked holes in for a salt shaker. But I don't.
You can make that if you want to, though. But yeah, I'm with you. Like, that was the thing about our grandparents, right? Like, they didn't throw shit away. They didn't throw anything away. They saved everything. Every jar got saved and used for something. Everybody had a grandpa, at least it's all right, that had the baby food jars. And you take like a cabinet and then you screw the lids up into the cabinet, and then all your little parts and pieces go in. And then you can see in the jar, and they're held up off of the workbench, and you unscrew them. Like, but I guess you could still do that. So some of it's on us. We're not using the resource anymore.
Yeah. Humble Mechanic is trolling me today. He says, wait, did Nicole say she wants them to bring back metal toffee tins? If only she could influence that. If only she could.
But metal tins don't ship well.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Space-wise. Because they're round. And when they go like in a box, there's wasted space. For your
the corners, but when you think about the size of your average metal coffee tin, unless you're doing the gallon ones, which doesn't make sense for shipping. Yeah.
I know what you should do. You should make an expensive metal tin. You sell it empty. And when people get their bag, they just dump it in the tin.
But isn't the purpose of a metal tin to step back from plastic?
Yes.
And to have a reusable, cool looking tin that reminds you of your brand.
You have a metal bag, so...
I mean, there's plastic in that bag.
Shh, don't tell them that.
I know. They know it, though. People who buy my coffee are not stupid.
Yeah.
That has not been their MO.
No, you don't want stupid customers.
We did come to a K-Cup crisis point because my Colombian organic beans, which I pre-ordered in June, did not arrive for 2 more months after when they were supposed to arrive. Where... if you want K-Cups right now, you're going to have to buy it from Amanda Willis, who is probably not going to sell her K-Cups.
No, she won't.
I was like, here they are. It's going to be a bit until, because I roast the coffee, I ship it, and they come back within a few weeks. But I would say till November, no K-Cups.
No K-Cups.
Yeah.
You have to make your own.
I know. Yeah. That is a French press and not an AeroPress. What is up at the Spirko household today?
What's that? Oh, it's because I was late for you guys, and I wanted 2 cups of coffee, and it takes a lot longer to make 2 cups with an AeroPress than it does to dump hot water in here. Plus, I have the flexibility, right? I got my burr grinder, and I can make different size coffee. So,
yeah. Although a square coffee tin would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like the person just said that. I think that would be kind of cool.
That would just cost more.
Customers make things much harder than they should be. Yes, they do.
There's a lesson in there. John, what's the lesson in there?
Well, you just cut them out. You give your problematic customers to somebody else, and they still want the product, so they tie up your competitor's time.
John is the master at this.
But John doesn't just get rid of them. John turns their name into a discount code and makes money off of them while he mocks them.
We do sometimes, yeah.
I learned that trick from John. It worked really good, too.
It does, yeah. We used to be able to promote it and put a little money behind it, and then it would really just spread like wildfire across Facebook.
The one I did was a very annoying vegan troll named Travis, and we did it while we were on vacation. The discount code was bacon. And you had to agree to eat a pound of bacon extra and give away a pound of bacon, and then you got the discount price like $25. And dudes were like buying memberships for their dog, so because they already had a membership, so they wanted to participate. And we made enough money on that sale; it paid for every single part of the trip except the plane trip. It covered the hotel, the bar bill, the rental car, like all off of bacon. And I owe you that, John, because I would have never even thought to do that without you.
Yeah, we did a sale code and we launched it right as we were leaving Nashville. And by the time we landed in Las Vegas, like 4.5, 5 hours, we'd done $64,000 in sales in just the time we were in the air on the airplane. But we would have them tag the guy. And it always, that dude, they could never remain silent. They would get in there. So it would always just spur that. It would spike it greatly.
Yep.
Now they call it cyberbullying.
Yeah. You can get you could have your YouTube channel pulled down for that, John, right?
Well, we're just more vague. We say the first name, we just don't, we don't link it to the guy.
Oh, I got you.
That makes sense. They know who they are. And they care, and nobody else cares.
The last real one we did was a shotgun card guy. Some guy, I think his name was Travis. So we actually made 100 shotgun cards and then set them on top of tannerite and then blew it up.
They blew it up.
So that were upset that they didn't get one of the mangled shotgun cards. I'm twitching out.
Yeah, we heard the story though.
We got the basics.
We got it. So here's more on things. So these are things you can still get and still do, but we're just not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Grandpa had a row of baby food jars with the lids screwed to a board full of different screws and nuts, basically his nuts and bolts. Yep. I had some of those that were round that rotated when I moved in here.
Yeah, we used to move into houses on base.
Multiple layers? Is that like a tumbler of tumblers? Oh.
There's a tumbler of tumblers.
We used to move into houses on base when we'd move, and they always had jar lids screwed up on shelving in them.
Yeah.
And the beauty is if you break one, all the lids are the same, so you just get a new one and replace it.
And if anybody has a baby and is using baby food jars, they have way too many baby food jars at this point.
Yeah, but my grandfather was still like, if you broke a jar, like you'd like damage something in the lube or something, It's like, bro, we have a box of them. You kids are so wasteful. Like,
yeah, we always saw the big like mayonnaise jars, the bigger glass jars or canning jars.
But they kept everything, like even like milk cartons. Well, it's food grade, so like they'd save those, and then like when we caught a bunch of fish, they would stuff all the fish in there and then fill it with water, like freeze it in a chunk of ice, which I'm convinced to this day you should not do, but that's what they did.
Yeah.
So
I think it ruins the quality of the fish.
Rachel says the good incandescent bulbs, but when Trump came into office, like day one, executive order, incandescent lights again. So I think they're out there somewhat. I think you can get them.
I hope they come back.
We buy them for reptile stuff. Like all of our reptile, bulbs, a lot of them.
So here's a good one. And this is the answer to this is yes. Do they still sell sewing tins with the cookie label tops? About this time of year, they show up at Aldi for not very much money. And those haven't really, they've become slightly lower quality, but those have pretty much maintained their usability as a second item, like to keep using it.
The Christmas cookies that were in
like the butter cookies in the shape.
The butter cookies and the popcorn. Like you used to get them from Costco all the time.
We still get those. Those exist, but we don't use them anymore. My grandmothers were always full of buttons and sewing shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love those cookies. Dorothy hates them. It's like they have no flavor. I'm like, they're simple. They're simple. I love those.
Butter and sugar and vanilla. Why?
The ones that look like a pretzel with a little sugar on top of them, those are my favorite.
You can make those from scratch, Jack, in your spare time.
No, I can't. I can't be bothered to make them. I want them once a year. Like it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. The issue is many of them are not made with butter anymore, and I can taste the difference.
Yeah.
They're using the
shortening. It's a rancid thing that's not good at all.
Yeah.
They don't call it margarine anymore. Now they call it vegan butter. It's like you can call it whatever you want to, but it's not going to actually make it the thing you call it. There's another thing going on that we could add that to, but I'll let it go.
Yes.
Just because you call something a thing doesn't mean it's the thing you called it.
No, well, they're going to do synthetic butter. What's the new thing Bill Gates just announced yesterday? It was some lab-grown butter.
Oh.
I haven't looked into it all.
Animal that just gave you butter. I mean, like, you know.
Yeah, doesn't
solar powered and processed waste into fertile soil, and like, man, there's no way if we had that we wouldn't use it. I mean,
yeah, what is Bill Gates? They're taking some byproduct and turning it into butter. Like, what was the original thing? It's pretty nasty. Whatever. I don't remember. I remember hearing it a couple months ago.
Yeah. We churned 2 gallons of butter this weekend into butter, and I have so much butter in my fridge as a result of this because nobody took it. I was like, come on, guys. I can't. It's a lot. So I'm going to freeze it. It'll be fine. But
that's not a misspelling.
But with like the old school churn, right? And nobody had ever done it. So we're like, well, we'll get a churn and we'll see. Does it work? Does it not work?
That's not a misspelling, Nicole. That was intentional.
Oh, Soylent Green. Yeah.
Soylent. Green.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's made from
that movie.
It's called Savor.
Green, but yeah.
It's called Savor with an O, and it produces a butter-like product using carbon dioxide and hydrogen from water rather than traditional animal or plant sources.
No.
Lee has her sarcasm on today. She must be Gen X. Soylent Green is better. Yeah.
No,
SOIL for those on the audio.
Soylent Green.
Yeah.
Soy face.
Soy is awful.
You can't explain away the way that young men act today without acknowledging what soy does. And you can look at a person and go, "Yep, soy boy." And you could say that I'm wrong, but I'm not, because I have pictures to prove you wrong, right? Like, see? I'm just being mean now. But bro, you're the one who put that picture up there. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, is what it is. Yeah, okay. We haven't talked about the thing that happened last month. Are we going to talk about the big galvanizing news event of September?
Are you talking about Charlie Kirk? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
It happened like the day after our last live.
Yeah. I was actually live when it happened.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to verify it so I'm not like spreading misinformation or whatever, because contrary to popular belief, we don't do that. But yeah, it was like legit that it happened. It was kind of crazy. I think that it's another one of those dividing lines, at least for some people, like 9/11 was. Like, there is a before and an after, and things are different after. I'm not saying it's the same level of impact, but it's the same type of impact. Like, I've been saying TDAO now, which is shorthand for those days are over.
They're over.
Like, I am not interested in like the open discourse. No, fuck that. The guy that was just interested in open discourse, you want to live him on live television. So now you get me. And you get new me, not old me. Old me was at least a little bit reasonable. I'm not fucking reasonable at all anymore. And I don't want to be. And I see no benefit to being reasonable.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, shit. That door is closed. It is. It's done. I mean.
Well, it looked very divisive, but seems to be more unifying than divisive.
Correct.
Which is not a surprise.
Correct.
But at first it was very divisive. And then people who were on one side of the aisle saw what was their side of the aisle behaving the way it behaved and were horrified and had no idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you mean those people that said we were crazy weren't lying to us? Right? Like, I didn't know. I think there's a lot of people that didn't realize they were throwing in with crazy.
Yeah.
And now it's like hard to deny. You threw in with crazy. You threw in, but I don't know. I don't know that it'll really help that much from that angle. But I do think that specifically young males, this was a galvanizing moment for. There were a lot of them that they didn't say anything. They didn't talk about what they believed. And I'm going down to like 14, 15-year-old kids like my grandson. I didn't know that my grandson listened to Charlie Kirk all the time, but he did. And I think that particular group is like, you know what, F this. Because I think what they've been doing is denying what they really thought, because all the girls on college campuses are fucking crazy. And if you're a college age guy, you want the college age girl. So you have to agree with what they're saying or you don't get them.
Well, and I mean, you saw it
kind of just bifurcated right there.
You saw it at protests where they're interviewing all the people there and they're asking the kids and they're like, we're just here with her.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know what the fuck she's even talking about, but she's hot. So
I'm distracted because John texted me something that looks pretty darn cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
This John or other John?
The one online right now. Is it secret, John, or is it?
No, that was a while ago. I sent it to you.
Yeah, I don't get the notices when I'm on the thing. Anyway, cool. We'll work that in if you want.
Yeah, show it. That's a shirt coming up later this week. We actually have a Halloween shirt before Halloween this time.
Super excited for this one. Check this out.
Cool. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I'll get the other one up in a second here.
It's so dark that it's kind of hard to see.
No,
like
the t-shirt.
No, that's freaking cool. I like that.
It'll print out a lot brighter than that.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying on a computer screen, like with a black background, like that's badass.
Yeah, there's those. It actually, I think, shows up better this way. Not really. Kind of. Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, DHS sent special operations teams to protest cities to protect ICE because the governors and the mayors are telling local law enforcement to stand down. You can hear there's radio traffic of it out there showing.
That just happened in Chicago. Those guys were boxed in by like 10 vehicles, and they shot that crazy La Maggie bitch because she was shooting at them.
Well, not only did she shoot at them, she had a gun and had pointed at officers 2 weeks prior or so and had been released from custody.
Yeah.
She shot them and drove herself to the hospital when she herself got shot, and they arrested her at the hospital.
Yeah. They tend to do that when you shoot people and go to the hospital. They
have her on Facebook saying, "This is the location. Let's go kill these MFers."
Yeah.
And like, here she is.
Yeah.
Back to the internet. Doesn't forget.
Yep. But yeah, they called in for backup, and the officers were given a stand down order. And then like one of the Chicago like assistant chiefs talked about how they have a great relationship with the feds and they're there to protect them, and this is unacceptable. Like, well, then why did you bitches just leave them hanging like that? Because that could have went a lot worse. Like, that was never going to really work out for the people boxing them in because they were outgunned. But that could have turned into a slaughter, which is, I'm going to tell you, I think that's what they're doing. I don't think the people out in the street doing it understand that they're just pawns on the fucking board. And the people behind this want a fucking Kent State.
Yeah.
They want something like that. They're trying in every way to get something like that. And I think we just need to keep doing what they're doing and try not to let it go that way, because that's what will prevent that from happening. But I do think they're making a critical error here. If you really want to stop this shit, what the ICE agents all are doing at these centers where the guys come and protest and get in their face, they set up a line. They say, if you come on the other side of this line, we're going to arrest you. Then they put all the troops right on their side of the line so that the protesters can get in their face. Don't do that. Put it on a fucking PA system once every 15 minutes. If you cross the blue line, you're getting arrested.
Well, I mean,
go back from the fucking line, because those fuckers will not be able to resist going across that line. And the second, like a toddler puts the toe in the kitchen, snatch, gone. Then halt. Since it's federal, you have no obligation to take them to local courthouse. About 250 miles away to a federal fucking courthouse. And then I'm going to get bailed out. Well, you're going to wait 48 hours to talk to the judge before we even discuss that. So have a seat.
You got
do that for a week, and this shit will just go away.
They got what they asked for. What were they doing there? How can they afford to be there? Because they don't have employment.
Because they're being paid.
That's right.
They're being paid to be
there.
Did you get shot in the ass with the pepper spray, John, the frog guy?
Yeah, in the dinosaur costume or whatever it was.
Yeah, the frog costume. It was diabolical. So he has a breathing valve on his ass. So when they get sprayed with pepper spray, the frog dude's fine. So the DHS agent goes behind him and sprays the fucking pepper spray right in the valve. And if the frog guy supposedly said, I didn't do anything. No, we all know that's a lie. Anybody that's ever had overspray knows that's not how that works.
Yeah, we have one of those costumes. It's a fan that actually pushes in to inflate the costume.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just going to go out and say this again. If you do not have a big jug of pepper spray, more than one, in all your vehicles, you are wrong with what's going on right now. Because that could save your life without putting you in, under
What was
investigation.
the name of the guy that you interviewed that has the deployment system?
It's F3 Defense is the company. I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
But we have a discount on that system. Basically, you can take a big fucking thing of OC in your vehicle, and without opening the windows or anything, you just push a button, and it's like Batman. It just drapes all around your vehicle in pepper spray. And if anybody wants a pepper spray recommendation, to me, you want the triple stuff. It's got the dye, that's fine. They'll go find them maybe. But it's because it mixes the OC and the pepper spray together. And it's way more effective than either one by itself.
The F3 Defense thing looks pretty good.
Fart spray is terrible in those fan suits too, as well.
Yeah. There's no prohibition on spraying somebody with fart spray for any reason, by the way. They can't really do anything about that.
They make a piece of tubing that will plug into most of those pepper sprays onto that peg in there. It's a hollow piece of tubing with a needle on the end, and you can put it through the window sills on cars and through any of the rubber. And it's called an auto ejector. We used to get them at Schomer Tech, but I think they even have them on Amazon last time I looked.
That would be effective too. But the main reason I say that is when people start blocking roads, if I don't have another alternative, somebody's getting run over. I mean, that's because I have a memory, and I remember people like Reginald Denny, right?
Yep.
So I know what can happen. So that's not happened to me. Now, I'm not going to fucking floor it. What I think you do is you put it in drive, and you just take your foot off the brake. You sit there like this. And if they get enough people to actually slow the vehicle down, you just give just enough to keep it moving. They tend to get out of the way. But it would be much better if there was a substance. It could be just put out in the air. And they don't necessarily I've seen this. People I saw this guy and he did. They don't react to it necessarily always immediately, but they always do. It doesn't take that long, and then when it starts to hit them, they go do something else, man. It works.
They have you can get pepper spray maybe even on Amazon. I think might be where I got them. You can get pepper spray when you push it down, it locks it so you can toss it.
Oh yeah, grenades.
Grenade.
Yeah, you can do that. You pop them and just pitch it out the window and go, "Hey guys, here you."
You can also
make sure your air is on recirculate.
Yeah,
you can also with PVC pipes with PVC pipe and flapper valves that you can. We used to see these guys make these things from Home Depot. You could put them in your bumper, and you could have OC. Back then, it was real OC grenades or smoke grenades, and you could activate it where it would drop it on the ground. It could also load it with caltrops, and that would drop that. And then smoke screens were just a tank that held antifreeze that would drip in behind the catalytic converter into an exhaust pipe, and it would smoke out everything behind it.
But if anybody wants to listen to it with the guys, this is the episode I did, 3700.
That was a great episode.
Defense system.
Yep.
And it shit works. It and it's a couple former police officers that were involved with SWAT and things like that built the system, and that will work. It will. They said the only thing it doesn't do really good on, if you have a really high lift truck or something, because then the spray goes out so far that it doesn't really get right around your doors and shit. But any normal vehicle, it will work for.
But aren't radical deranged liberals about as useful as zombies? I mean, they achieve about the same.
Yeah,
they can bite you and they pee on you and things happen.
But unlike zombies, pepper spray works on them. I've seen it happen. And I'll see it again. I like the ones where you see the guys lined up on the road and they're blocking the road, and finally some cop actually does his job and he just walks out there with the big can and he just paints everybody.
Yeah, we had a guy come in
and within 10 minutes the fucking road's open again.
At our old shop in Oceanside, California, we had an alcove that cut in. There was this area. So as it came out, there was just this step about 4 feet that ran down the wall. And this guy came in and announced to us that he was going to be camping there and he was leaving his shopping cart there. And Jared said, well, what Jared said doesn't matter, but Jared said, no, you're not. And he went out there and pepper sprayed that area. And that dude just moved right on along and we never saw him again.
It would make for a long night in a tent.
Yeah, he didn't even have set stuff set up. I mean, you can literally just spray it in the corner or on the wall.
Yeah.
And it's going to be there a while.
Once it gets on you, Like it's a while before you can get rid of it. It's pretty harsh.
And they're oil based, right? They're going to stain you. A lot of them, some of them even have a dye in them. So when you can't wipe
you. Yep.
The triple action, and they shine fluorescent light at a crowd. You can see who it was.
Yeah, some have UV in them. Yep.
Yeah.
I've also heard when you go to shower to take it off, the water reconstitutes the impacts of it. Like it's dried out and it's less impactful, and then you get a second dose.
Yeah, my favorite brand was actually Cold Steel, but they don't make it anymore. They had a product called Inferno, and it was like a foam that melted on you, and it was a mix of, it didn't have OC, but it was pepper spray and black pepper. So when it hit you, the black pepper would make you like sneeze, so you inhale.
Oh shit!
You suck it up into your sinuses. And when they tested it, they brought in guys like big football players and all kinds of guys to try to fight through it, and nobody made it more than like a minute. And they had multiple tubs of water for what Nicole just said, because when you go in the first tub, now you're like making pepper spray soup, and so they had to go from one tub to the next tub to the next tub, so that and then like be sprayed off with a hose at the end. And they had like paramedics there when they did all these tests and all. It was pretty cool. And I'm like, okay, this is the best shit in the world. And they haven't made it for like 7 years now. And no one can explain why. They don't answer. Like if you send a customer service request in or whatever, for anything else, you get immediate, like something weird must have happened, because they just ignore it like it never happened. I don't know if somebody got sued over it or what.
Or is being sued over it.
Maybe.
7 years. Art Wiley Murphy says pepper spray is great for keeping predator noses off chicken coop wire, which makes sense because the chickens aren't going to care about the capsaicin.
But the predator will.
But the predator will. It works for clearing varmints out from under a house crawl space too. I used coyote urine around a property where squirrels were invading under the house, and it worked. That worked pretty well.
Pepper spray though, yeah, because there's a product they make for like people that have bird feeders to get upset about squirrels, and it's basically cayenne, and you just mix it, and so it's all over the seeds. So when the squirrels start eating it, they, but it said on the. I remember the package. I was reading the package, and I just like products and see what are people marketing, and it said, "Remember that you too are a mammal." They're like, it only affects mammals, but remember, like, warning, remember that you too are a mammal. And that's all it says. It doesn't say what to do about it. It's just like, hey, we just want to remind you this will work on you too.
Yeah. That's okay. So let's talk about warnings.
Yeah.
Remember when things didn't have warnings on every single surface?
Yeah. When we weren't stupid.
Yeah.
Like, don't take a bath with a toaster. Don't iron your clothes while they're on your body. You know.
Yeah. I miss those days.
I do
too. Are those Sabre pepper sprays any good, or is there a better option? From Ian.
No, I think they work. We have Fox. We use a lot of Fox stuff. Not a lot. I mean, I'm not walking around pepper spraying people all the time, but we have Fox stuff.
The biggest thing to read when you read reviews on it is the reliability of the canister as a spray canister. And a lot of the Sabre products, it's not that the material inside is a problem. It's that a lot of them, the way they're designed, if you drop it, it breaks. And that's my issue with Sabre. And so they just need to fix some of their packaging. And some of them are fine. It's just read the reviews, and you'll see all kinds of people like, put it in my purse and it broke and sprayed me in the face. Like, I
had one on the dash of my truck, and it exploded in the truck. Came back from mountain biking. No, I don't remember what brand it was. I don't think it was Sabre, but it popped in my whole dash was orange. I got pepper sprayed for the next year, probably occasionally. Like, you thought it was all done, and I feel like the heat of the truck like broke the product down.
Yeah.
But every now and then you'd still get some of it. You'd touch something. For stray cats, suppressed 22. If it's not suppressed, a normal 22 rifle. Live catch traps and drown them. I know everybody wants to save these damn cats and go to all the hassle of that, but most of these people doing that are paying out of pocket to catch these cats and have them vaccinated and have them spayed or neutered and then re-release them. And there's still a problem. They're just not producing more problem, but they bite. Like, stray cats will really tear you up if you're not careful with it. The real answer is dispatch them.
Yeah, and if you really are somebody who's unwilling to do that, be willing to invest in trap release and spaying and neutering everything.
Yeah,
that comes across. That will solve your problem in the country in about 5 years.
Yeah.
My high number was 8. And in the city, I don't know that it ever solves your problem because there's always there's like a higher density, fresh influx. But even though I solved that problem here, I still get the occasional stray cat, which is, like currently we have one.
If you're going to, save the stray cat, then you need to be willing to go all the way through with like rehabilitating the cat so it's not a fucking psychopath and finding it, either giving it or finding it a home.
Yeah.
And if you do that, God bless you if you do that. But I'm with John. If all you do is like neuter the cat and let it go, you've made the problem less bad, but you haven't.
Unless you're taking, we took care of them. I had so many cats. Yeah. I didn't have a mouse problem though at my high number.
I'm all for taking care of them if you can. Like, it depends on how feral they fucking are, because some of them, like, it's like a lion in small scale. It'll fuck you up, man. It'll fuck you up. It'll fuck a dog up.
Like, we had one in a live catch trap. We caught the mom for the kittens that Josh had, caught. And the mom it was like something out of The Exorcist. It was round. It's crawling around upside down and it bites and it never would tame up. But to spay or neuter, like to fix a stray cat, you're $250.
Yeah.
You can go occasionally and get vouchers. There are so many people trying to rescue these damn cats. Imagine if they took care of their own families and children.
The way they take care of the cat.
Yeah, and they're trying to take care of these damn stray cats that you can't go get a low-cost spay or neuter because they only have so many vouchers for them.
Yeah. And I'll say this, like, at least a cat's a domestic animal. The people that believe in live catching and releasing problem predators, well, I took you 2 miles down the road. So you made it somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you took it out in the middle of fucking Jabip in the wilderness and let it go, okay, I'll respect that. But if you just take a live caught fox or coyote or something and you take it a couple miles down the road and you live out in farm country, you just made that animal somebody else's problem. That's all you've done.
Yep. And I have 12 cats. We have 12 cats here.
Yeah, I know. You're not a cat hater.
And I'm telling you, like, kill those things.
Well, we also, when I had my core group of cats with my 2 dogs, stopped getting stray cats for a long time. Like the stray cat that's in my house right now, Jack, I'm bottle feeding a kitten. Anyway, it didn't come from my property.
It'll be a great cat. You're right. If you
no, it's fine. I mean, if it lives, who knows? It's a week old, and there were 3 yesterday when I got home, and now there's 1.
Okay.
But it came from next door because it will not get on my property because my dogs and the other cats, like I had one cat because I have a cat door, come in my cat door in the middle of winter. And I looked and suddenly there was a gray tabby and I don't have a gray tabby. And all of the cats unified as a cat gangster group.
Oh yeah.
Cat gangsters and ejected his butt.
Yep.
And he has never been back on my property. He is the father of the kitten that's in my house based on coloring. Yeah. But yeah, so part of it's also if you have cats, they may enforce your perimeter.
Permaculture. If you don't,
and the dogs will too. But nobody. It's not a fun topic because yes, cats are cool. I love cats, but also unfettered. They reproduce more than one time a year, and they have litters of 4 to 8.
And very little will naturally predate on a cat between its speed, its agility, its danger factor, because even if you can kill, like there's something called a Pyrrhic victory, which means you won, but you lost. And like fighting a cat is kind of like you can kill a 10-pound cat. You are going to wish you didn't when it's over. You're going to be like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, and animals like coyotes and shit make that calculation too. Like this thing's not going to just go down. It's going to go up in a tree and it's going to eat my face while I try to kill it. And how hungry am I?
Yeah.
So that can be a problem. I had one here that I finally had to pop because I'm convinced it's why Dana ended up dead. That it got in a fight with her and it got a puncture in her chest wall, and that's what killed my cat Dana, was that other cat. And I couldn't catch it. I couldn't get rid of it, so it got popped. I hate to do it, but there's a place for it, And the dogs do work. Like back when I still had Ralph, you mentioned a gray tabby. There was a cat, a stray, that would come around here that looked a lot like him. And then one day I'm standing in the doorway of the shop, and Max is right there with me. and this stray cat runs right past Max. Max just like, oh, it must be Ralph. And then he looks on the couch, and you can see the dog brain like the fucking, savant numbers going through his head, and he just whirls around and takes off after that cat. That cat missed dying by an inch. He went over that fence, and there was literally like, and I never saw that one again. And I mean, that dog was 150 pounds. I don't know how I guess they stay out of your enclosure, because with that fucking Kangal you have, John, I don't know how a cat even thinks about coming there.
Yeah, they've caught some of them. They've killed some of our cats that get up in
really
there. Yeah.
It's a cat-free zone.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. The other thing, if you put up an electric fence, most cats won't penetrate it if it's really a problem on a city lot, which is what it sounds like, which is a whole different scale of problem.
Yeah.
Kevin wants to know, ever get any wild animals through that cat door? The answer is I haven't gotten, except for that gray cat, I've never gotten anything like a possum or anything, but that can happen.
We got skunks.
Yeah, a skunk could come in. It is because I have dogs and I don't have those varmints. Like the dogs have occasionally there's a varmint in my property that either gets shot or a dog kills it, but they're just annihilated here at this point. So in the country, you really do want to think about if the cat door is appropriate or not.
Yeah,
the only other wild varmints that come in are brought in by the cats, which
they do that.
Typically not alive. I get more birds in the house from that situation than anything else, which is always a fun morning project.
Sometimes they are in fact alive when the cat brings them in, though, and you hear the mouse squeaking, and then the cat's like walking with them.
And then you have to move all your furniture away from the wall.
I had a scream like a girl moment over a possum one time. So we had the garage door. We would use the opener to keep it just where the cat could crawl under it, and then the door that came into the house put a cat door in, and that was like the laundry area. And so we had a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket with a lid on it of cat food. That's where you'd feed the cats out there. And the one day I go in there and I take the lid off the bucket, and the possum had come in through the cat door and then lifted the lid on the bucket and went inside. It was sitting there pigging out on cat's food inside the bucket. So you take the lid, and this fucking possum jumps up on the side of the bucket and shows its teeth, and the two dogs are right there. So I screamed as much out of fright as to try to scare the possum back in the fucking bucket, because I'm going to have a husky and a lab mix just ripping possum shit all over the fucking house if this goes wrong. And I'm there, my nuts are exposed to the possum's teeth. I know they're supposed to play dead, but there's no guarantee of that. So yeah, I screamed like a girl. This is where it gets funny, because if it's not me screaming like a girl being funny once, the whole family comes over, and Dorothy's making fun of me for this. The nephews and nieces and aunts and uncles are all there and shit. And I'm like, well, you tell me what you would do if you came in here and they all follow me and you opened the bucket and the fucker was in there again. He was he was set it up and he's again. And it's and I scream like a girl again. I'll admit it.
So you
would too, John.
We go out. We have a big bowl, a plant stand that we put a gallon of cat food in there when we feed. And you'll come out there and there'll be a possum sitting there with the cats eating it. We have some pretty big possums here. If they get where the dogs are, the dogs kill them. Every now and then I'll walk out at 4 a.m. and there'll be a dead possum. And now I know if there's a dead possum that the big dog has come over the inside fence and that he's killed it, but they never eat the possum.
No, they don't ever eat them. Most dogs, when they play possum, will leave them alone. Like Max used to leave them alone. When I had Charlie here, we moved into our possums everywhere, and I just started finding random dead possums laying all over the place. Because when they play dead for him, he's like, "Okay, you want to make it easy? Then I'll make." But they would never. I never saw anything eat one of them.
Yeah, I don't know if he snaps their necks or what, because they're always dead, but there's not any damage.
Same. Huh? It must be.
Ours end up kind of chewed on, but not eaten.
Yeah, these were never even didn't even look like something bit them.
Yeah,
I think it must just grab that head and just
the head
snap.
shape. Yeah,
yeah. We used to have turkeys show up dead all the time too, but only after a storm. If there's a thunderstorm, if there was ever a dead turkey, it was always a thunderstorm.
Somebody says possums are good. Yeah, I don't have anything against the possum. The dogs do. I mean, I've seen possums sitting next to a chicken eating chicken food out of the pan. So I don't really see them as much of a predator problem or anything, but the dogs are like, hey, it's furry and it's here and it's not.
Yeah.
It's
well,
not.
They're getting. I'm sorry.
It's just a big rat. Anyway, go ahead, Nicole.
No, we've got the armadillo coming in now. So
possum on a half shell.
Our dogs just hate those.
Do they
but
kill
they
them?
won't eat them.
But do they kill them?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do they roll them around?
It's one of those homestead. What's that smell? Oh, a dog got an armadillo.
Armadillo.
Yeah. Do you all have any advice on purchasing Mylar bags? Preferred brand, thickness. I've heard Food Saver won't work on them. I use discountmylarbags.com, which is owned by somebody I know personally who's a very good friend and a sponsor of my podcast. And he said since the tariff wars started, his consumer business has gone way down.
Huh.
Discountmylarbags.com. Now, he has resources on the upper right of his website that talks about sizing your O2 absorbers and thickness. If you're storing for a long time, thicker is better. I think 7 mil is the one most people use for long-term storage. If you get the ones with the plastic windows and it's freeze-dried, that plastic window is permeable. So that's great for displaying something short-term for sale. But if you want storage, no window. Like long-term storage, no window is better. So you don't have moisture coming in. So those are my thoughts on Mylar bags. Yep.
So I've seen a lot of people say that possums kill their chickens. I've never had a problem with them. I've gone in and seen possums asleep with chickens on side laying 55-gallon drums. I've seen possums eat eggs for sure. I've also seen possums in nest box, but I've never seen a possum do damage to anything other than some chicken eggs. Like
I've heard people say the same thing. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I haven't either. I would suspect that it's a raccoon or a fox or something else. Not that it can't happen, but I mean I've had 20 possums probably as pets. We've caught and moved over 100 possums on the private. Like we don't even mess with the possums anymore.
Yeah, they're chill critters most of the time, man. And they're kind of cool pets.
I pick them up on live feed pretty frequently. I'll walk out and catch it on live video and talk to it and then put it back down and it waddles away quickly.
Yeah.
He's going to get bit one day. It's going to be fun.
Well, then he'll just put it on video.
Yeah. They don't tend to bite, but man, if they want to, if you look at the canines those things have, bro,
they sure do. Yeah, they got some pressure to it.
Yeah.
The question is, has John been bitten by a snake today yet?
Not today. No, I had one projectile shit all over me day before yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Jack, which garden hose do you recommend?
Gilmore.
Go out. Yes. See you guys.
Thank you so much.
Gilmore. The Craftsman brand, if they still make them, are pretty damn solid too. The biggest thing you want is, I know this is going to sound stupid, but you want a rubber hose. Most of them are not actually rubber. You want a hose that's all 100% rubber, and you won't have any of the fucking problems that you do with all the other hoses.
All the other hoses in the world.
Like the first thing you do, like if it says something like never kink, just don't buy it because it's gonna fucking kink.
The kink,
right? Like anything that says never, I just change it. I just take the N off, and it's ever. So it ever kinks, right? You call a die-hard battery back in the days of Sears, like die-hard battery. Call it that because when it dies hard. Like that's all marketing. Like you got to look at like what it's actually made out of. Yeah, the ever kink. Do not buy the ever kink because it will ever kink. Tractor Supply sells the fuck out of that too. If you go in there and ask what's the best hose they have, they'll be like, these are the best. And like you can see it kinked in the reel. Like the big thing with hoses, believe it or not, there's a way to start your hose. The first time you put your hose out, take a sunny day, attach the hose, unwind it. Don't pull it out. Unwind it in a straight line. Run water through it. Turn it off. Put a hose nozzle on it closed and turn it on so it has pressure. Leave it sit in the sun for like an hour, pressurized and laid out straight, and all of the fucking memory in it will go away. How much do I have to hate a fucked up hose to be able to tell you that and know that works? right? Like
And
I'm going to figure out how to not fucking do this anymore. And that's
And
how
they
you
have
do it.
they have Gilmore hoses on Amazon. I'm sure
Yep.
Jack will put a link up for you guys for his.
Tspaz.com.
What about the As Seen on TV one that Al Borland recommended? I have no idea which hose that is.
I don't even know what that is either.
I have one of the ones that's like the rubber tube with
Oh,
the
I know
metal
what
on
you
the
mean.
outside, which is okay for consumer use near your house.
He means the ones that like expand. He's talking about the guy that used to
They
have tool
deteriorate.
time.
Oh, is it like the fabricy ones that expand?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where those are not as good as the one that tactical Jack just said.
Gilmore Pro
Yeah.
commercial hose. That is the one. They also sell those at Home Depot. Do not go into Home Depot and grab the red hose just because it looks like it's the right hose because it's the right color.
Yeah.
They have two different ones, and the one that they usually have is not this. I don't remember the name brand on it. It's the end pieces on it are freaking top end beautiful brass. I mean, like best you can find. The hose itself is absolute dog shit. Like you look at it and it kinks on itself. Like it's just that bad. I bought one. It was so bad. They're trying to like roll it up and put it in the back of the fucking truck. I'm like, fuck this. I just threw it out with the junk pile. I'm not even gonna take it back. Like that's how bad it was.
I'm offline.
I really get mad about hoses.
How many times a year does Jack throw something in anger over the fence related to hoses or
Ask
spigots?
Dennis.
Ask Dennis.
It's like, we were talking
His
earlier
neighbor.
about finding all kinds of antiques and shit someday. They were like, this must have been some old man that was pissed
Why
off
were
in
there
this
so
house.
many spray nozzles in this field?
Yeah, there's a lot of nozzles out there. I do have the best nozzles too. They're at T-Spaz too. Like, I don't suffer poor quality shit. I seek out the thing that will fix the problem, and then I'm brand loyal until they change it.
Yeah.
Life is too short to live with a kink in your hose.
Yeah. Also, John has frozen.
He's frozen. That's okay.
Yeah.
He'll be back soon. There he goes.
Yeah, there he goes.
Is he on Starlink?
Yeah, he's on Starlink, and it probably started raining.
See, that's why I haven't done it yet. I've thought about moving to Starlink and getting rid of Spectrum because the price of cable internet and all of it now is stupid expensive. And I have at least one outage a week, and usually like right in the middle of a live feed, or like I'm done with the live feed, and you're at that Nicole, when you're on that all you have to do is hit submit and send your email, and you're done for the day. And it's like somebody's fucking watching me and like, turn it off right now.
Yeah, they're like, we'll show him. Well, and then when that happens to Jack and he has to wait 6 more hours that day to get his show produced, he is furious with you as a vendor.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
Or I'm sitting here with a tethered phone and it's glitching out as well, and you're like,
yeah.
All I need to do is social media and an email. That's all I need to do.
What you need to do is get your buddy David to move in next door to you and have him on Starlink.
So I got both.
And then, because that's what I've got. I go next door to Nighthawks if it runs out here and I can't do cell. I just get on his Starlink because it's the last thing. And then what will happen on Starlink is from time to time, it runs out.
What I really need to do is my backup, and I have it sitting out there in a box.
Yeah.
I just haven't gotten to do it yet. I bought a cell phone booster because that tower that's right there.
Yeah.
For my house. Yeah. It doesn't actually go to my phone because it's in the shadow.
Yeah.
So what I need to do is get up on my shop with a freaking fence post that bolted to the roof like I did with the repeater thing out there, and I need to install that. And then I would have like a full 5G signal on my cell phone, and it would be fine for backup.
Yeah.
But I just haven't done it yet because it involves work, and I've been tired.
Yeah, well, it's fall time for you.
Yeah, I just smoked a 30-pound chuck roll.
Yeah.
That was fun. That's all in the freezer in pieces now for the
Excellent.
workshop. And
For the workshop, yeah. It's
and
pre-workshop
we lost the
cooking
venue,
season.
so that sucked, like that for every kink in everybody's works. And now we have to have the property more ready than we would have otherwise for people. And so that's more work. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting some work days from our friend in advance?
Oh, do you mean JR?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was here last night.
Okay, good.
But not working.
Yeah.
We just fed him burgers and sausages and sent him on his way.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, but we'll probably have some folks coming a little bit early, but that's still Dorothy doesn't, you know how that is.
Yeah, it's got to be the right timeline.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna
But
see.
a lot can be done in a day or two. That's all I know.
Yeah, when you have a lot of hands, the work gets light. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so John is back.
yeah, he went and yelled at Elon. They turned his shit back on.
Well,
It actually was Starlink went down here.
Yeah.
I was gonna get the traveling cheap one, and they tripled the price of that.
It's probably coming in off China tariffs and stuff.
Maybe. I'm not talking about the equipment. I'm talking about the price.
Oh, the monthly subscription.
It used to be stupid cheap, and I'm like, why didn't you get it? Because I think if you got it then, like you lock your price in kind of thing. Because it's not that much bandwidth. It's like 5 gigs or something for that, unless you have to pay more if you go over it, whatever it is. But if it was just a backup, it would be totally worth it because it doesn't have to move. It can just go on the roof. But I didn't do it when it was cheap. Mistake.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I'd rather overpay for my Starlink than overpay for my Bitcoin, though. So I'm okay with it. How about that, John? What do you like? You like this week?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. I like where silver and gold is too.
Yes. I haven't bought silver in so long because I stacked so much of it in the past. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't ever decay,
Yeah.
But I was like, really? It's almost $50 an ounce again? And I don't think it's like, remember when it did this back in like 2012? That was not real. This is real. This is different. But I will tell you this, the day you see signs outside of gas stations that say we buy silver, if you're not long, then that's time to get, like, especially if you're like trading SLV or something, get out. The minute you see that, that's the shoeshine boy with the Rockefeller, right? Like, what was it? Well, it wasn't, it was Kennedy. It was John Kennedy's dad, JFK's dad, that right before the Great Depression, he was in New York City. He was getting a shoe shine, and the shoe shine boy told him about a stock tip. And he went to his broker, and he's like, fucking get rid of it all. Get rid of everything. This is it. We're out. And so the Kennedys were out of the market when it crashed. And it was because, that's the story anyway, that Joe Kennedy Sr., was given a tip from a shoe shine boy and said, no, fuck this. This has to end badly.
On that note, we've come up on the 2-hour mark. Let's go once around the horn. I know that went fast today, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was a good day. John, why don't you start?
John, SOE Tactical Gear here on YouTube. Also follow me on Instagram. Content's a little bit different there. I do a live almost every single night on YouTube and have for the last 10 years. 9 o'clock Central Time. Jump on. We can talk about whatever you want. We show all the product we made each day in the beginning, and then we just have a conversation amongst friends.
I'm Nicole Sauce from the Living Free in Tennessee podcast. Connect with me there. And we've got a really cool farm-to-table dinner coming up on November 15th. Get your tickets at livingfreeintennessee.com. There'll be a guest chef in. There will be a wild forage walk before dinner, and that forage is folded into it. It is all sourced from either my homestead or other farms around us. It's the true experience. Check that out, livingfreeintennessee.com.
I am Jack Spirko. If you're new to me, this is not a typical look. Look, we're growing in a Santa beard this year is some fun stuff. And I think it'll be really full by the November workshop, Nicole. At least I'm betting on that. I've been working on it since July. But my show is called The Survival Podcast. We've been around a while, 17 years. Yesterday's episode, people really liked it, so you might want to check it out. Your job is not the problem. You are. Episode 3,742. And if you like what you heard from us today, maybe pick up my book, Laws of Life. You can find it on Amazon.
Make it a great week, everybody.